Today, we're going to take a closer look at your favorite semiconductor company known as Intel. We're going to take a closer look, but we can see this is stock down to $29.27. I do believe today it did hit a new 52-week low, and we can see right now it's actually at a 5-year low. So this company has definitely taken quite a hit. On today's episode, though, I don't want to take a closer look at some of the bearish points or the bullish points. I actually want to take a closer look at its Mobileye segment. This is a segment that's expected to split off from Intel, and it's actually going to go public sometime in the future, and we do have some updates there. So I want to take a closer look at those updates, but more importantly, I just want to discuss what Mobileye does and some of the cool product this company actually has. So let's get started.
I do want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out fool.com/Jose to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
So for those not familiar with Mobileye, Intel actually purchased this company in the late 2010s, and this is a company that focuses in autonomous driving and different type of autonomous solutions. So we know that Intel's actually trying to do so many things, right? They're trying to improve their foundry business, they're trying to improve their graphics cards and kind of accelerators. They are into the CPU and processor market, so they're really doing a lot. And one thing that they're actually trying to do is spin off this Mobileye segment into its own individual public company. So there have been some recent news, I want to say in the past few days. There have been an article from Bloomberg that kind of circled numerous articles to come out, but pretty much they're saying two things. First, they expect the overall IPO to be pushed back sometime. Originally was supposed to come in sometime in 2022, but obviously with the overall kind of market that it's in right now, they'll rather wait for valuations to go back up and stuff like that. So it might actually be coming in 2023. The second important part of the article was that they kind of lowered their valuation. The original valuation was somewhere around the 50 billion rate. Now they believe it's going to be closer to the 30 billion rate. So we can see definitely a big shift. Again, has to do a lot with the overall kind of market that we're in right now. So Mobileye is currently still in part of Intel's business, and Intel obviously showcases the overall kind of growth the company is seeing. So Mobileye most recent quarter reported $460 million in revenue and $190 million in operating income. Operating income was up 43% year over year, and Mobileye did a record quarterly revenue, which was up 41% year over year. So we can see this is definitely a profitable company in forms of operating income, and also one growing at rapid pace. If you are enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit the thumbs up, as it does help me grow my overall audience, and I truly appreciate it. If you want to support a little bit more, make sure to subscribe using my link at fool.com/Jose. Finally, if you want to learn more about the semiconductor market, make sure to sign up for my upcoming newsletter. The link is down below. For those that want to learn a little bit more about Mobileye, definitely check out their website, as they showcase a lot of cool products. But behind their technology, the one I want to say the main product is here, the IQ. And this is their system on chip. So this is their processor that goes into the autonomous vehicle solutions and numerous solutions that they provide. And this is a product that continues to get innovated, right? It's one that almost on a yearly basis continues to see new kind of productions or new kind of solutions for it. For example, in 2021 they released the IQ High 5. In 2021, they also released the IQ 6 Lite. In 2022, they released the IQ 6 High. And in 2023, they're expected to release the IQ Ultra. Outside of their overall chips, they are known for true redundancy. And this is actually pretty important. I want to say something that kind of makes them a little bit different from some other competitors. So Mobileye has actually built two developments for autonomous vehicles. First, they have created one that can actually drive itself via camera alone. The other is one that can drive on radar, LiDAR alone. So two different solutions. There are certain companies that just do radar and LiDAR. There are certain companies that just do cameras. But Mobileye has actually made two systems using these two different solutions, and they actually integrate them together to make them kind of true redundancy. So if one of them says that, hey, there is a mistake here, it would kind of prevent the machine or the vehicle to do certain actions. And here is, I want to say, a pretty cool block diagram explaining the overall approach that I really like. So this is the common industry approach, whereas you have all different sensors, but they all kind of go into one model. Mobileye's approach is you kind of have different sensors, but they all kind of go through their own individual models and each have their own solution. One of the major perks of this is the amount required to validate the perception system is massively lower than any independent system. Outside of that, Mobileye has also focused on road experience management, REM, and this is pretty much them using their technology to collect and kind of create a map of the overall world. And this overall mapping can be used for other types of solutions in the future. Besides that, their other technology is responsibility sensitive safety, and this is just pretty much a mathematical model for automated vehicle safety. For example, here they show you kind of the equations they use for things like safe distance, for when they need to slow down due to people cutting in, when others have right of way, when things have like limited visibility. This is pretty standard, I want to say, but I just want to showcase the different technologies that the company has. And finally, you can see the overall kind of solutions and how they can be used. For example, you can have something very simple as the base driver assist, which might only need one chip, and then you can kind of go lower and lower to different solutions which might require one stronger chip, multiple chip solutions, and even go into things like Mobileye Drive, which is things like autonomous vehicle mobility as a service, autonomous vehicle public transit, even goods of delivery, where you might require numerous chips. If you go to Mobileye's company's website, they actually have kind of a revenue report. Obviously Intel reports most of it, but here maybe if you want to get a little bit more in depth, definitely recommend checking it out. Some cool things they mention is within the first half of 2022 they designed wins generating nearly 37 million units of projected future business, compared to about 16 million units actually shipped in the first half. They also mentioned after years of development that REM, which was the kind of their mapping that they are creating, is now a fully operational product. So we can see how data like that is one that can overall help this company grow and be some form of more of a software as a solution product, or kind of a clouding solution for other companies. Most recently on September 6th of 2022, they did announce that level 4 autonomy is now testing in Detroit with Mobileye Drive. Their fully autonomous vehicle reaches American roads for the first time. So like most autonomous driving testing, they are most likely limited to where they're able to travel, the time they're able to travel, and other kind of restrictions that they might have for the overall public safety at the moment. The final thing I want to showcase is on July 4th of 2022, this company kind of announced that they have developed new software development kits. So for OEM companies that want to use their chips but want to kind of create their own software behind it, they can use like this IQ kit. And this is pretty interesting for numerous reasons. First, the overall spin-off. I do believe this was a strong growth opportunity for Intel, but I believe Intel is focusing on so much, so it does make sense for this to kind of go into its individual company. Intel obviously is going to make money from overall selling this portion of the business, and they are going to remain one of the top shareholders, I believe, when the IPO comes out, but that can kind of change over time. The other thing is we are seeing a lot of semiconductor companies enter this market as well. Obviously Nvidia with their Orin platform is something that's very competitive to this, so it's going to be pretty interesting to kind of see an individual company focusing in autonomous vehicle come out in the near future. This is a company growing at rapid pace, and it is expected to be released at $30 billion valuation when it does come out in a year from now, but depending on overall how revenue growth is coming, and we can see this is a segment that is growing at fast levels, 40-something% this most recent quarter alone, that valuation can change over time. I do want to say, because it is profitable, because it is growing at a fast rate, and because it does have the kind of backing of Intel, the valuation of something like Mobileye will be very expensive, I want to say, and maybe rightfully so, because it definitely has those perks, but something that investors should definitely keep an eye out. Especially, I believe this is going to be one of the first sole play on autonomous vehicles, especially in the semiconductor market. There's definitely other companies that hit the automotive market, that hit the autonomous vehicle market, but I do believe this is going to be one of the sole plays for any investor that wants to go into that. Obviously, we're too early to talk about things like valuation, and we'll probably see a little bit more about that when they finally release more information on their IPO. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.